What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dripstar Jam, and we are here for another episode of Party Poopers. This is episode 4. Excited to be doing this with Dr. Doug. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling pretty good. Excited to be here, of course.
Cool,
Always.
man.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know, it's a storm going on outside, but the sun is still shining on your end. You know, at least somebody got some sun. So, you know what I'm saying? That means it's around the corner, right?
Yeah. Trouble don't last always.
Hold on, as always.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about today's show. We have a special guest, one of my childhood friends. We grew up doing plays together in the church. Uh, we actually live walking distance in the same neighborhood. Um, you know, he was an athlete. Back in his heyday. And so now he's doing real cool stuff, man. I'll let him kind of tell you a little bit more what he's doing. So I like to formally introduce y'all to my boy, AG Aaron Green.
Welcome to the show, Aaron Green.
Hey,
What up?
thank you for having me, man.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
pleasure.
Yes, sir. You
Oh,
it's kind of cutting your head off a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
the screen got way smaller, man. Now you got us in the
Let me see.
two-third thing.
Let me
We got
see.
half the
That'll work.
screen.
All right. Okay, let's
Yeah,
do that.
and I thought I had you good.
All right, cool, man. Tell these people, man, how dope you are, bro. Tell them a little bit about you, man.
I can't do that, man. I can't do that. I leave. A great man say you leave that to everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? You never tell people how great you are, man. Yeah, I'm just a humble guy, man, from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Grew up with the great Drip Star Jam, man. Like he said, in the church doing plays. It was a good walking distance to his house. I will tell y'all right now, man, I don't think he ever took that walk to my place, man. But yeah, I did take that long walk in the neighborhood to his place, man with him in 2K12 back in the day, and I am still athletic to this day, man. I know you said I used to be
You
an
see,
athlete, but I still am like G League or rec league LeBron James, man. But I enjoy just like back in the day doing film entertainment and stuff like that. I still love working in film, television, any way I can in entertainment because that's what I was stressed to me as a youngin. You know what I'm saying? I went to performing arts school, so I just love people expressing themselves, getting together, just having fun and learning. You know what I mean? So I'm glad to join the party poopers today, and happy to be here. See what we can cook up. Thanks for
facts,
having me.
facts,
Glad to
man.
have you, man.
Well, I don't know how many people would say that you're a rec league LeBron James, but
Like me, LeBron James. Yeah,
I
you heard
can't
it here
help
first.
but to mention
Probably
that
not here first.
you're. I think that comparison is gonna come back to bite you later in this conversation today. But anyway,
Uh, all
uh,
right.
I didn't expect that, but
you feel me? You
now
feel
I
me? You see how
understand.
you
Play
set
on the
yourself
court.
up?
Play on the court, man.
Now, all things
If
included, man.
that's gonna come back to bite me, man. I don't. I should be good, man.
Oh man. Well, I brought him on this show because I think you are. And I mean, a lot of people that I wouldn't say a lot of people, but it's a few people in my life that I consider party poopers just naturally. And I mean, granted, I believe you know how to have a good time. Definitely have seen you be the life of the party plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, yeah.
times we sit back and it's just some things you don't agree with that the culture want to shout and holler and dance about. And that's kind of what this show is about. Just kind of just giving your own angle of why you don't like certain things and you know. Um, Wish we had you on a couple weeks ago about that Drake stuff, but I don't want to give him too much more time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Um,
no time, man. I'm still
so
responding to people like
for
that.
real,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it's all good, man.
You a Drake?
Anyway, go ahead.
Are
He
you a
asked you,
Drake fan? Are you a
What'd you say?
Drake?
Oh, Drake fan. I'm not a Drake hater. I'm not a. I don't think he's like the goat or anything like that. But he's a decent artist. I'm a fan of some of his music. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't consider myself a Drake fan.
Consider yourself a Kendrick Lamar fan?
That might come back to bite me in the combo. I ain't gonna say I'm a Drake fan. That
No.
sounds like a sad.
But just for the sake of clarity, are you a fan of Kendrick Lamar?
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of some of his music. You know what I mean? Like you said, we ain't gonna get too deep into it, but that song, not like that song. Feel a couple of certain. I feel like I could, I feel a different way about that song a little bit. Some of the messaging in it, but hey, Kendrick Lamar is a great artist. He is a dope artist. Sure.
Okay, excellent.
Congrats to him for winning all those Grammys and stuff this year and all the years before. Elevated hip hop this song.
They're considering that song to be the new national black anthem.
Interesting.
Well, that's a conversation for another day.
That's what I say.
That's what we represent, man. That's what we stand for. Sure thing. Hopefully, they just mean national anthem as in anthem as in it's played a lot, not for what it stands for. We're gonna put more respect on anthem than that. But if the anthem is something that gets played a lot, it's up there for sure.
Cool.
This man is a bona fide party pooper. I'm loving it already.
I'm telling you, naturally he is, bro.
I try not to be. He is. I don't too much. I have not said too much, man.
You don't have to, bro. You just naturally a party pooper, bro.
Yeah, the style and everything.
That's respect, man.
Good.
Look, we take pride in it. We take pride in it over here, man. So this is a safe space for you.
I appreciate that, man. It ain't too many for us, man.
It's not,
It's
bro.
always
It's not.
on our time, man. I'm glad to be accepted.
Well, our first subject matter, man, we want to kind of get into is I just was interested about and we don't really get into like the dating stuff like on this show. We haven't, but I feel like we can have a conversation about anything. But I kind of wanted to propose a question like, when has simping gone too far?
Okay.
And I think, all three of us have had experiences with dating, just texting a girl, approaching a girl, a woman, what I'm saying, trying to see what's up. And, it costs either way, what I'm saying? Like you gon' pay some way, somehow, what I'm saying? It ain't really too much. And whether it's your time, whether it's your bread, whether, what I'm saying, you gonna pay some way. So I just kind of wanted to know, like, when has simping gone too far?
Who's gonna jump on that?
It's a tough one, man. What you think, Dr. Doug?
Well,
show limits, man. First of all, what you think? What is simping like? What do you?
That was my question. I need that defined.
Regular stuff, you know what I'm saying? Regular, maybe like charming a girl, and then simping. Like, when does it turn to simping?
What's your take on it? I need to know what the new generation,
so simping today is really like,
because it's a new term. I think it's a relatively new term.
I think it's
might not be a new, idea or new concept.
Yeah, that's not a new idea, but I think it's just like a range of compromising. I think I'm being nice about it, but
don't be nice. I mean,
you're right. But I'm just trying to start it like from the bottom level, because simping for your girl like might not be the worst thing in the world. Like, and that don't always got to be with money. You know what I'm saying? Simping ain't always just money. Simping could be like, all right, child, I gotta go home, bruh. Shawty, Shawty want me to come home. Or it could be, you know what I'm saying? Simping is like, I'm paying this girl money just to talk to her. Like, I'm paying bread. I'm paying her bills, or I'm sending her money. I want to get her nails done. I want to pay her car note just to keep texting her, because she a girl that she about her bread. Not that she going to get it, but but you can't talk to her unless you doing something for her. So I think it's a range of simping. So that's kind of why I proposed the question is when has it gone too far? Because I think there's some women. We all have experienced women that will compromise for, will give for.
Hey, I got you, man. And look, you said I sounded. I don't even want to. I don't want to jump in too hot, man. But you did. I sound like a certified party pooper. And I just gotta be straight up right now, man. When
Come
you
on.
said, yeah, I almost jumped through the screen, man, or something when you started saying something like, some you gotta pay to talk to a girl. That's already too far for AG, man. That's already too far for AG. Now I will admit, now you have to, like it would probably be in your best interest as a guy, man, or as somebody trying to pursue someone to, throw in a couple perks, man. She say, "Oh, I just need my nails on. It's gonna hard." And maybe, throw a couple of dollars, throw a little cash or something like that. But if you ain't even interested before the money, I'm not interested in you at all. You know what I mean? I don't need the money to get your attention. I'm sorry to poop on your party, baby girl, but I'm somebody too. All right, hey, somebody want me out there for free, so I ain't gotta pay to get your attention. If you ain't gonna talk to me unless sending out bread or paying for that, I just value myself a little bit more, value myself and my bread a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted somebody's attention, you can literally buy someone's attention, like not in hopes of. I get what I'm saying. I don't want to get too whatever. But you can not in hopes of getting their attention. You can buy their time, about an hour or whatever. So
Mhm.
I ain't trying to just do all this simping. You know what I mean? Just to initiate, some type of interest. So that's
Yeah.
already too far for me. You know what I mean? I will do a little bit of, what I'm saying,
It's going too
hate
far
on.
out the gate if she ain't even interested before I got a simp.
Right. Now, there's some guys out there that just, they be in the DM, like, just sending cash apps, like, hey, text me, or hey, I saw your, like, that's their way of, I don't know, bro. Some women are really winning out there, bro, because they'll somebody send them a, cash app just to be like, hey, check your DM. You know what I mean? Whoa, like, maybe that worked. And I cannot judge, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big, if it works for you, it works. Because maybe she got a lot of followers or something. You send five, I'm gonna say 5,000, because hopefully that's enough for women these days. Because I saw some girl said, "What I'm gonna do with $200 for lunch or $200 to go shopping or something." So
Yeah.
if that ain't a lot, I'm gonna just try to say $5,000. What maybe impress a woman? You know what I mean? So maybe if you send $5,000 to the Cash App randomly, she will say, hopefully, Lord, I pray. Maybe
That's
she'll see,
enough.
your Cash App, and if it says like your Instagram name or something like that, maybe she'll respond, say thank you, and that will start some genuine interest. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but I think that's it's a stretch. You know what I mean? But of course, you gotta cater to anyone you're trying to pursue. I think. What you think, man?
First of
Or,
all,
yeah.
ain't no pussy worth $5,000. Period.
Hey, we ain't even got there yet, man. We ain't
No,
even got there yet.
let
That's
me
just
just
a
since you
open
wouldn't go there, I'm gonna go there. So
and I'm not saying this
I
is
didn't.
Yo,
It ain't.
yo.
Huh?
he went there, man. Let's
So
go
look,
there.
my take. So I just looked up the definition. So typically, I didn't even know what the definition of it was, and I will say that I just never knew what it was because I never been that guy either. I'm with you. Never would never ever pay pay for something that I think should be freely given. If I'm gonna give you my time and attention, then you gonna give me your time and attention. Now if I decide that I want something from a female, since we're talking about females, I think we're all heterosexual. No,
Definitely, bro. What we
okay,
doing?
okay, but I think that if there are situations where somebody might want to take the fast track to get something in return for whatever they're willing to put out. So it's a transaction, even swap, no swindle type situation. I give you something in exchange for whatever for what you have, right? But simping is I'm giving you far more. I'm giving you something in hopes of getting something back,
All right.
or getting something in return. But
Yeah.
typically, no reciprocity in these situations, right? There's
Yeah.
no
I,
really just
I need
hoping.
guaranteed my money.
Reality is
Yeah.
Now I get it. You know, you got a whole bunch of brothers that have they don't value who they are. They don't know who they are. So they'll go out and get,
Gambling.
yeah, yeah, gambling for something that ain't really worth the price. You know, it's not really worth that bottom line. So that's a that's a sad situation, man. It's really sad. But prop these girls up, prop these women up, and setting them up for failure. So that's a sad situation.
Yeah.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. Um, so is that your answer to when it's going too far? I mean, when is it?
I think it's like
Man, my
I
my direct. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say my direct answer to the question is simping is going too far when you aren't getting the feeling that genuine interest in return. The simping should not be the fuel for the interest. You know what I mean? Or and it shouldn't be, and the interest definitely should be returned. You know what I mean? And it should feel genuine, more so than like how much it should feel like they genuinely care about
So
you.
is
And
it
it's
simping
not, and it's not
when you
because
care
of the.
about? Is it considered is it simping if the person cares about you genuinely? If there's an authentic like consideration for you.
No, nah.
I
I
don't think
think
so.
that's if you got a genuine woman, if you got a dope woman, you know what I'm saying, by your side,
I
she
think there's
catering you,
a
supporting.
really thin line between
Yeah, she
courting,
supporting you.
courting and
That,
simping.
but we talking, but see, simping, I'm thinking about courting a woman. And that's before me. Simping. I don't think you can simp your girl. You can't simp your girl to me. Well, maybe if you got a genuine relationship, if you got a good woman, you can't simp her.
It's not simping
You know what I
exactly.
mean? You can reward, you can, spoil your woman. You can do that. But it's not simping because you're getting that in return. Like you're just spoiling your woman. And she's not there because of your quote unquote simping or you're spoiling her. I figure
You
I
gotta ask
think
the wrong
simping
guys
is,
this question.
I'm saying, trying to get, trying to gain some type of interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
Hey,
where I draw the line there is because you can do a little bit of something like, hey girl, baby girl, like I'll get your nails done so we can go out next week. I want your feet to look nice or whatever they are. I'll get your nails done. You wanna go there? So no excuses, girl. Let me get your hair done. You ain't got no excuses. Come out with me, da da da. That's courting. If you do a little bit too much of that, you're not getting that genuine interest in return. That's where I think I draw the line. I think that's too much something where you're not getting in return. But to your question, Dr. Doug, I don't think you can simp if you have a genuine good relationship with your woman, you can't simp her too much. You know what I mean? She get whatever from me. You know what I mean? She get whatever from me.
well, to Jalen's point, I think when you ask the question, when has it gone too far? I think my answer to that is there needs to be a one I guess this it needs to be one shot. You got one chance. I'm a simp one time. You
Okay.
know, and then if I'm willing to do or to be that guy one time, and if I don't see any reciprocity, if I don't see nothing coming back,
Like
then
that.
I'm not gonna do it twice.
I like that.
I'm not. You got McGee. I'm going to give you that one shot. So it's like, so that's in the beginning of a That's at the very beginning of a relationship where you, as you mentioned, you courting somebody. Yeah, I don't even think people talk like that anymore. But you basically just testing the water. You're
Yeah.
saying, if you want something, but let's be honest, most of us are testing the water, but we really just want to taste and see.
Yeah.
A whole lot of brothers ain't really out here trying to corral or to rein a thing in, right? Or to bag a girl. He's just really just trying to knock it down. So is that, I mean, if you're willing to pay X amount of dollars, I don't really think that's, regardless of whether there's reciprocity, some of us don't want reciprocity. You just want that encounter. So
Hmm.
is that really, I don't really think that's considered simping. I think that's just a transactional
Well,
situation.
I mean, that's in a lot of words. That's it. It ain't tricking if you got it right.
But it's still somebody getting simped in that relationship, or somebody's gonna get simped in that if that thing goes beyond, if it
Yeah.
continues,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
usually feelings get involved.
Yep.
Hey, you ever heard that the reality that the wedding ring the is it's a cylindrical because and there's typically no breaks in a wedding ring because it symbolizes the broken commitment. It's a evolving and unbroken commitment between two people. So that's something that's a deeper understanding of what's required when you are engaging. When a person, or let's say a man, is engaged to a woman, right? For With the expectation of having this woman until death do us part, typically. But when a situation fails, or when a marriage fails, or situation fails in terms of relationships are concerned, then there's a break in the emotions, there's a break in the spirit of that thing and that relationship. So it's really never the same. I mean, I kind of like went off the path, but a lot of these scenarios these situations ships that we experience today, I think, I just don't there's nothing there's usually is typically nothing really genuine and authentic associated with them, especially up front. So
Mhm.
you gotta. So I don't know. I don't. That's a touchy subject.
It is. I like both of y'all takes, in angles too. And I kind of got a scenario. I like that I'll sent one time, cause like especially today, you got to stand out, bro. If you know what I'm saying, women are far more accessible today than they've ever been. Through you got just social media apps, you got dating apps, you got just whatever, right? Um, and so you know what I'm saying. If I just feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying, yeah. So I feel like you gotta be creative, and if you got it, whatever. But
But is it really even simping one time if you just being who you are? If you're just a good dude, you alpha dog,
it's not. It's
and you
not.
got it. Is it really? Is it
It's,
even that?
but I'm saying
Yeah.
one time ain't too crazy. So that's what he's saying. When does it go too far? Even simping really ain't. It's like you said. It's a touchy subject. But I want to talk about this scenario where I ain't even get a person one time, right? So I'm at the club, really like this cool event, man, and me and this girl like we vibing tough, like too tough. You know what I'm saying? And we get like towards the end of the night, and I think I get her number, and I don't see her no more. But she texts me and she like, "Hey, can you send me some bread to catch a Uber to go get my daughter?" And I'm just like, it just rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I ended up saying, like, so quick story short, I ended up saying no.
You
And
sent that bread, bro.
huh?
I said you sent that bread, man.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I had spent too much money on shots that night. I was tapped out. I pretty much, I probably didn't say no like that, but I just like something like no, or I ain't got my Apple Pay or something like that. And she was like, I was just testing you. She was like, I was just testing you to see if you would send it. And
Mm.
I'm like, bro, like, what? Like that was so crazy to me that women really be pulling that. I was just trying to see if you was gonna send it.
Hey, if she would have, but hey, yeah, I bet you if you would have sent it, she wouldn't have sent it back. Like, I'm just playing, baby. It was just a test.
No, I know she wouldn't have, bruh.
She
And
would have sent
why
it
is
back.
you why
Man, this is
why is you over here turning up and you ain't got no way to go get your daughter?
Mm.
Priorities. But yeah, man, something was too far before I even I bought her a drink now. But now it's too now you want me to get you home, pay your Uber
yeah.
ride home? Get this.
Um, I know we got a few topics. So I don't wanna maybe we wrap it up like here or maybe some, but I don't. I don't want to extend too much. But that makes me another question I had thought about. When you say you bought her a drink and stuff like that, and you say his limits like it ain't tricking if you got it and stuff like that, and you
Mhm.
Dr. Doug, you said it ain't like if you were alpha dog and just a nice guy, like maybe a girl say like, man, I don't have a problem with my tires or some my brakes. And you just got it. You like know a dude who can get her some tires. You buy her fresh set. It's nothing like, and maybe you didn't even expect anything from it. I was gonna say like it also is a like question like what is simping and what is like man like what people call like masculine duties and like
Mhm.
and slash courting because like bro simping does that even include like aren't you automatically supposed to, or nowadays, aren't you like automatically supposed to? She coming to see you, like pay for the gas, or you see is low, like pay for the gas. She pay for the meal, you tip, you know, everything. You paying for the date. Y'all go to a game, you pay for both the tickets. You did it all. Like, all of that. I don't even know if that's included in simping. So like that's a whole nother like product. It can get a tricking game, man, with your funds, man. It's expensive to date nowadays. Man.
That's not simping, but
You know?
you should be able to get a return on your investment eventually. And it ain't
Yeah,
always the box. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like you saying, that
yeah.
genuine feeling. You know what I'm saying? Is she doing, if I'm doing my man duties, is she doing her woman duties? You know what I'm saying? Is she making me feel like she giving me what's supposed to be supposed to be gave?
I feel you, man. That's
Hey, well, before we move on to the next topic, I think I need to say that. First of all, give what need to be gay.
Yeah,
Okay?
I
All
said
right.
what I said, bruh.
If that woman,
you need support or something like that. Man. I don't know.
was
You
that
gotta man.
what you say,
But
bro?
I ain't hear you,
I,
Aaron.
I just wanted to say, I was wondering what he meant by that. You know, like what need to be
Do
gay?
as you will, bro. Take that how you want it.
I think you're talking about that
No, I
Dubanelli.
am not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I said give her, if I'm coming, like when you said how I'm courting as a man, if I'm paying for her gas, kind of all of that, right? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. I want you to show up as a woman. You know what I'm saying? The same way, like bring that feminine energy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come over the crib, you know, I don't know, bro. I can't tell the woman how to be a woman, but I ain't just expecting the box just
I can
because.
tell you how to be a man, though, bro. You just get on social media. I'll tell you how to be a man.
No, her daddy should have helped her with that. Her daddy and her mama should have helped her, define and mold and shape who she is. But it's not your job, right? You should not be trying to raise an individual again, because she should be able to naturally give you the things that you need. And if you've taken the time to if you've paid attention to who she is through the hot moments, the cold moments, if you've examined this woman, you analyzed, you've observed, then it's not it. Simping is kind of out of the equation. Simping is out of the equation if you've kind of entered into this. It sounds like you're in a relationship right now. If somebody's coming to you, it's or it's a situationship. If the woman is coming to you, she's giving you something in return
Uh-huh.
for what you are,
What you did up
you're
front,
producing or giving.
right?
But is it worth your time? So, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say. If it's worth your time, like my time is valuable, and I also put a price tag on my attention. If I'm giving you my time and attention, and then I need to know that she values that, and I need to feel that. So a lot of it, I'll know that up front. I'll know that real quickly whether or not this woman even has the capacity or the willingness to be that, or to basically to invest in return, to give something back in return. So, but these good, I think it is when you say that tricking ain't tricking or simping ain't simping. If you got it, I think it is, regardless of whether you got it or whether you got it. If you paying for something and you ain't getting nothing in return, I think it's
Well,
simping.
tricking and simping is different, but that's a whole other conversation.
Okay, all right, tricking. Yeah, you're right. Okay, well,
Because
um,
tricking is a transaction,
yeah.
simping is a situation. Hey,
Come on now, hallelujah. Tricking is a transaction.
transaction.
Simping is a situation. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
if that would hit. I just was matching the words, the letters. Is simping a situation? Simping is a something. I don't know.
Yes, so
Anyway,
it's a mentality, definitely a concept. I hope that you ain't on that though.
I don't have enough money, and I'm in a relationship. I don't gotta do either one.
Okay.
Huh?
All
All
right,
right.
here we go. Cats out the bag. Our next topic. Our next topic, man. Man, me and Aaron talked about this a couple weeks ago. I am on the fence, man, between sports betting and not doing it. I've been gambling for a very long time. I used to go to the racetrack with my mama and her family, and they bet on horses. They've been doing that. It's really big in Arkansas. They got a racetrack, and so I've gambling is in my blood. Dad, you've been out there, I'm sure. I think I've heard stories about you going up to Arkansas, so you know.
Yeah,
Um,
you gonna put me out
but,
there like that? Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, man. And I shot a little dice in my time,
Mm.
and
Right.
now they got sports betting on your phone. You ain't got to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's right here, and I think it's added such a, I don't know, man. It's really taken over sports. It's made people look at sports different, and Aaron was not really happy about the direction that it's taking it. Right now. Um, Dad, are you? I mean, I think Aaron has a pretty big take. Are you interested, or do you? How do you feel about sports betting?
I don't really have much experience or knowledge about it. The only time that I've ever betted on sports was with you.
Come on, don't make me an accessory to that.
I mean, you got a lot more experience, and you introduced me to the world of sports betting,
Yeah,
and I
you
think we
see,
lost
yeah,
money,
it didn't go
but
too good.
but
Well,
but
Jalen, you took him up to Arkansas. That's how that
no,
No, no,
went.
no.
no, this is no, his mom went
Okay.
to
Yeah, this is
Arkansas.
before I
Mom.
was even. Yeah,
Yeah, but we bet on some basketball games a few months back,
yeah.
but I'd have no problems with it, but I'm definitely interested in hearing what your take is, Aaron.
AG, you
Gotcha.
ever bet on the game before?
Man, I have never. Well, I can't lie. I bet like let's say I thought at the beginning of the season last year, I thought that ever it was a lot of talk about the Falcons. Yeah, I'm not sure. But like I think I said, yeah, I'm hearing and residing in Atlanta. It was big talk about the Falcons, how they should be good this year. With like Kirk Cousins and everything. And I have a neighbor in this apartment I live in. He's a Broncos fan, right? And we lost our dub, but I got a neighbor who's a Broncos fan, and me and him we placed two bets at the beginning of the season, simple bets. I talked long, but the answer to the question is yes, but not often, right? But me and my neighbor did, like, this is my first bet in a long time. I make a simple bet, like, here or there, like, single bet, person to person. But we bet that we placed two bets that by the time the Falcons played, that the Falcons would have a better record than the Broncos. And then we made another bet that we bet on the Falcons versus Broncos game. So I won the record one and had lost the I think the Broncos beat the Falcons this year. So I got a little but I've never downloaded any of the betting apps. I've never been to a casino, never been to any tracks or never, got a ticket for anything like that or nothing like
Yeah,
that. But a little simple, like traditional, man, I bet you they'll win. I
yeah,
might. But
yeah.
that's super rare.
So what's your problem with sports betting? I think you told me at one of your jobs you wrote something about sports betting on the board. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Man, it was erased, man. I don't wanna get too much into it, man. But sports betting it's all right, man. It depends on what you want, what you like and love, and what you value.
Bro, give
Um,
us the real, bro. Tell me.
here you go. It's the real, bro. I don't know where you thought I was going, but here go the real. All right. It depends on what you value, right? So I value sports. I love sports. Growing up, saw how I could bring people together. It's a lot of things like, I said I like the arts, right? So I said I like bringing people together through the arts. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Sports kind of align with arts a little bit. You know what I mean? Athletics and stuff like that. So I love seeing people together, and I love how sports can like just make people happy. People enjoy sports. That's what I value. I say that to say, or I said the whole, it depends on what you value thing, because that's what I value of the game. I think the league is opportunity. It's supposed to be um, a representation of, hey, man, you work hard, you get here, and you can be put on this big stage and it's still just a simple game that you loved when you were younger, and young boys that, played it or whatever, they can come up and enjoy the game. A lot of people can come watch you play the game hard and enjoy just a simple game that we used to play in the backyard. I think I dunked on you a couple times on a little rugby on a goal in front of your house. Um, you know what I mean? So people can do that on just a bigger stage, man. Instead of saying, "Oh, the crowd goes wild," the crowd actually goes wild, bro. So that's what I value. I think and I love seeing that and having no questions. I want to watch a game, be surprised at a last second shot, and just be able to talk about it with the boys, man. Chop it up.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this whole betting stuff, man, it has killed that, man. In the long term, it will destroy it, man. You cannot watch a game without seeing, like, at least I'll say, bro, I'll go out there and say maybe 10 commercials or at least ad inserts of FanDuel Sports or
Prize Picks,
or
Underdog,
yeah,
fantasy.
underdog fantasy, anything like that. Any podcast you watch, sport podcast, they're gonna be sponsored by hey, use our promo code for this, that, and the third, da, 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 this, that, and the third, da, da, da. And it's just a problem, man. I value our people. I value just the genuine enjoyment of the game. You know how you know it's a problem? I don't want to be too long winded, but if it wasn't a problem, why after every ad do you have to see, hey, if you know somebody with a gambling addiction, call this number if there's a problem. But they have advertising about gambling the same way they do about like cigarettes and stuff like that, or nicotine products, all the medication, with all the warnings or side effects and stuff like that. So I
Yeah,
think, man, it's a few things that I could try to sum it up in, man. Like one, I wish people. I think the sports betting it has people since people are now involved with every little thing, every aspect of the game, like through betting, and their money is on the line. They can't just sit there and enjoy a game, bro. Like you can see somebody get like 36 points, eight
yeah.
rebounds, uh, and 7 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I said? Did I say assist? Whatever, man. You can see them have a great stat line, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't make a marker that you had on your parlay or something,
They didn't get 10
you
rebounds.
yeah, they got 9 rebounds instead of 10, bro. You can't even enjoy this great game that you just saw, bro. The only thing you was focused on that whole time was, bro, hey, when he gonna get this 10th rebound? Yo, okay, I got that check, I got that. Okay, this all I need, bro. I value the like I said. I wasn't BSing when you said like give me the real. The real is I enjoy just watching the game, bro. I'm tired of sitting with my homies and they checking their phone, they checking this, they checking that trying to see if they numbers is hitting and stuff like that. Or you
Yeah,
see a great game and you mad at this, or
yeah,
you questioning whether stuff is real and stuff like that.
yeah,
Also, that's one part of it. That's the deeper for me. But also, you can't enjoy it because now you see players. I don't blame them either. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I really don't. Like, but you can't blame them. Some of them are getting busted for cheating and stuff like that, and like fixing games and stuff like that. People are under investigation right now for like, you know, like gambling or fixing games like that, supposedly. Bruh, can you blame them when everybody's making money off of if they hit a rebound or if they get a rebound or make a free throw or not or something like that? Like, of course, when everybody's making money off of y'all are advertising it 24/7. And like, shoot, y'all will give me my homie will give me he got this little betting rink going on and he'll give me 10,000. All I gotta do is miss 2 free throws tonight. Like 10,000 every. I got 82 games. That's that's like damn near another meal. You know what I mean? Like that ain't no problem. You know what I mean? Like maybe I can do that. People are getting busted, bro, and I think it'll just lead to long term destruction. When you get money involved and everybody involved, everybody had the input. It ain't really the best for just a genuine game that we played in the neighborhood when I would dunk on you on your head, bro.
First of
And
all,
you
you never
live.
dunked on me because
You live a lucky shot every now and
never
then.
jumped. I never
You,
wanted it. I never thought that was smart to jump and get dunked on. But I think that's a really good point. Interesting take. Bring Dr. Dub back in here. That's cool. All right. But when you were speaking about that, bro, I was thinking too. I was like, I think it takes away, like, growing up, bro. I feel like everybody had a team that they liked. You know what I'm saying? Like people like these teams or at least these players. But it's like I don't even think people really rock. Most people that are into sports betting, they don't even subscribe to a team. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to see who gonna win them some money.
players, yeah.
Yeah,
The
they
stat
trying to
line.
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. They care about. Yeah, they watching everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I legit turn on if I'm like I catch myself watching the Pistons and the Heat because I'm trying to see if Tyler Hero gonna get 20 or if Cade Cunningham, gonna get 25. But I wouldn't be watching them, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't have no money on the line. And so I think that's interesting, bro.
What you
And
say, I don't want to know what you're saying, but what you said, that's a blessing and a curse, I think, with the sports betting. Like, at least you in a sad and kind of this notable thing, bro. Like, it's sad that it take the sports betting for you to go like watch a game like the Pistons or something like that, or Pistons
mhm.
versus Heat. But good thing you are, but like it's good that it can draw more people to the game or whatever. But I wish you could watch it for the right reason, just to see more great basketball. You know what I mean? I mean, but it's good that at least the betting could draw you to a game that maybe you weren't watching before, But I just hope you enjoying the game.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of learn a little bit more about these players, doing that. Like I've learned players, just because they're on a bet slip or something like that. But yeah, man, that's really interesting, bro. And I never thought about how and why they push it so much, in between they're partners with the NBA, you know what I'm saying? So they have to be somewhat way involved, for years I've been like, bro, this stuff ain't rigged, like football can't be rigged, basketball can't be rigged, you know what I'm saying? And I really want to believe that, but y'all pushing sports betting and some of this stuff just be obvious, bro. You like, yo, they
See what I
gambling.
mean, bro? See what I mean, bro? You done seen somebody like miss a wide open layup at the gym or something, bro. You seen somebody,
Yeah.
like airball a three or a free throw that was super great, man. But now that you know that betting is involved, now the thing is now I got you questioning, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. Stuff like that really happens, bro. Like
You're right, right.
Steph
It's a
Curry
fact.
can miss a 3-pointer, bro. Like a lot of them 3-pointer, bro. Don't kill him, bro. He just a human. He make
Yeah.
it a little easy, but that don't mean like there's some they gon' I saw a whole video the other day. They was man, I was just having this conversation yesterday. I don't know if it was TV, but this dude was trying to. It's a whole video out there about how the Super Bowl was rigged or whatever, right? And how they have a. He said the only reason why football players have meetings all throughout the week is so they can go over the script and what they gonna do Sunday. You know what I'm saying? That day. So he showed me some video about the Super Bowl Chiefs versus Eagles, man. Man, Patrick Mahomes, you can clearly see he has a running back in front of him, man. He about to drop off a pass. You can clearly see in the video Patrick Mahomes get hit at the hip, man. He's losing it as he's throwing it, right? But they swear in this video, they highlighting. You see this obvious pass Patrick Mahomes missed. Da, da, da. He never misses his pass. They calculate the ratings of passes he's made, like people in the radius and this and that. I'm like, bruh, you could have cut all that out. Everybody knows if you get hit while you throwing, you you whatever. But that video got like millions and millions of views, and everybody like, yeah, I knew it, bro. Da, da, da. Like, come on.
Dr. Doug, do you think sports is rigged in any capacity?
1,000%. More so today than ever.
Looks like Aaron disagrees. What do you
Whether or not I think it's rigged or not, I think is not the better question. I think what the money that is what is it does it serve like the people that are that support it, does it in any in a significant way, does it give back to the people that holds these associations up. And I think even when you talk about, and I think the resounding answer would have to be no, it doesn't. You give the Lakers is a $7 billion franchise. $7 billion. That's $7,000 million, and that's $7,000 million.
All
I don't
right,
know.
dog.
I
I don't want to put the calculation on that
1,000.
one, but
A billion. A
I ain't
billion
gonna
is
lie. The
a
comments
thousand.
might be jumping on that one,
Let
bro.
me
But
finish.
we
Let me,
gonna let
let
this
me
slide.
finish my point. My point.
All right, man, but they might fact check you on that one. Go ahead.
What, that the Lakers are a $7 billion franchise?
Nah, just the way you said it.
Yeah, the 700,000 million thing kind of is it was a little confusing, but we gonna let you get your
How
point.
many million is a billion? How many $1 million is a billion? All right, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all figure that
Yeah,
part out.
we gonna let
All right,
you get
Finish
your
your
point
point.
out.
let's
We
just say
hate to
it's
interrupt.
$7 billion, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha.
so now that's one basketball team.
Yeah,
I mean, look, no point in y'all being sensitive about this. I know the two of you are Laker fans, this is what I'm going somewhere else with this. So when you
that's
ask
what
me
we listening to.
about the money that you ask me, do I think that it's rigged? Whether it's rigged or not, again, is that's something that could be debated, but I don't think it's really cannot. I don't think you can argue whether or not you can. I think it's obvious that the games are rigged, that refs are bought.
Uh,
Um, I mean, listen. I let y'all have y'all floor. Just give me a second.
I'm
I don't
giving it to
need
you.
to agree.
I'm giving it.
Just hear me out. I'm just saying. Listen, LeBron James, and I'm gonna advance my point because I see that I'm touching some soft spots. So listen, um, the LeBron James got $100 million contract. $100 million. Now let's just put some things in context. And I said that I wanted to talk about the black wealth gap and these HBCUs that are struggling out here. We know what's going on, and I'm just gonna touch on this. You got a man who has got $100 million contract. We put him on a pedestal, but you got universities out here that are struggling to survive. And what the future of Black America rests on these on educated black on educated or skilled people, black folks in the black communities, the black people in the black communities that hold these people up. I'm touching this, brother. I'm touching it. Listen. What I'm saying, Florida, I
yeah,
think it was a fan. Well, what was it? One of the universities. Who was it? I think it was Alabama. Let me bring my point home. 15%,
I'm
15% of every dollar is 15%. 15 cent. Black families hold 15 cent of of the wealth of every dollar that a white family holds. 15 cent. You got these small groups of people that black folks like, or these people who in these sports that run these sports magnets and these conglomerates that are making billions and billions and billions of dollars while these universities are struggling, while the communities are struggling. And so I just think it's a bigger picture, and I think that there's much more that can be done with respect to the amount in terms of these this it's a juxtapose like scenario with you got these people making that are earning all this money, really not really earning. You're just getting millions and billions of dollars to play a game. It's really you play a game, and then it trickles down. It's really not. Nobody should be getting paid $100 million to play a game, but we justify it in America. What? That's just my take on it. There's no way when people because
You
how
know,
many
you know how much soccer players get
we're
paid?
listening, man. We're listening. Yeah,
no,
it's
I
a
don't.
few.
I said nobody should get paid that.
Right.
Nobody should when there are people struggling in the world to eat or find food to eat. So I'm just saying that when there's people who are living with no roofs on their shoulders, it's a problem. I mean, but it's a problem that we live in a society, we live in a world where we put these people on these pedestals, and now here we are, betting, and exchanging more money. And I would imagine that the majority of people don't like win big. The majority don't win big. I'm sure the majority of people lose big that are betting. So that's my take on it. I think we put the wrong people on pedestals, and it just we're talking about athletes, and I don't
You
think
think
you
you
can
think
really
Steph
argue
Curry
against that.
deserve every dollar he got though?
Gotcha.
Who?
I said you believe Steph Curry deserve every dollar he get though, don't
1,000%.
Now you're funny, man. You are.
you? He's
You're
hilarious, bro. Now we're here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We're
You
here.
bring
yeah.
you gotta bring Steph Curry as it is. Steph Curry is like the
Yo,
savior.
I got a interesting thing because so your answer to is the NBA rigged is it don't matter, but NBA players don't need to be getting a lot of money and they need to they get paid too much. Like what's your like you got a simple answer is your answer to the is the NBA rigged thing just you don't care? Like just tie a knot on that one. Like, you know what I mean?
Kind
Is
of
there
hard.
someone
It's really not a simple answer to that because see, I was watching
the
sports when I
NBA is
thought
rigged? Oh, I think you said it's obviously rigged. You said it's obviously rigged. I had chuckled at that. Right? You said it's obviously rigged.
Yeah, I think sports in general are rigged. I mean, some, but I'm not saying every game. But I think you can't. I don't think that anybody would could bet money on whether or not there's a possibility that games have been bought, fights
I
have
feel.
been thrown.
Hey, that debate could go on for years, man. It has been going on for years or days or whatever. Or people it go on for days or years. But as far as the whole nobody should get paid that much thing, I think it's
Oh, before you answer that, hold on. What are your thoughts? You don't think there's corruption in sports?
I'm not gonna. I'd like to think that these guys work hard. You know what I mean? And
Answer my question,
they're
bro.
just
Is there
simply out
corruption?
there.
Is there corruption or no?
Corruption, like people fixing games,
Yeah, or fixing
or
games,
like there's like a script, like, hey, we're gonna lose on purpose and stuff like that. I
or
don't
not
think.
even on the
I
player
think people
level,
work
but
too hard. I think people work too hard, man. Even down to the coaches. Coaches real life be getting fired out here for some of their performances. Like people get fired after a year and stuff like that. They're not selling the game just because of some script. Like they work hard in their career. Like these are real jobs out here. You know
there's
what I mean? Like
actually, I mean, but
I don't think
there's
people are just
legit
selling out.
lawsuits. There's like actual like lawsuits on people who have lost their jobs, and like people have been like actually fired because of like improper behavior centered around corruption. And you don't think, bro? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I like to think that
Y'all done bought into the
I like
y'all
to
done bought
think that all these people are working hard, man.
y'all done drank the sauce. Yep.
From like the coaches, they have to work for their namesake, work for their career, you know what I'm saying, build a name for themselves, to the players that are working hard to build a name for themselves, a career for themselves, a legacy for themselves. They
I'm not saying,
all want
but
to get it
that's not what I'm
for
talking
themselves, so
about.
they wouldn't let corruption get in the way of that. You know what I mean? I think they all out there
Talking
balling,
about
bro.
two
It's
different
just sport.
things. Of course, there's going to be people who are who are ethical, who got these like tight moral boundaries. But you live in America. You live in America, and it's multi billions of multiples of billions of dollars that are circulating in and out of these organizations. And you saying you don't believe that there's corruption, that you don't think that games
If
or
you're saying corruption, like as far as like the players selling out and the coaches selling out, like we gonna lose on purpose or we're not gonna try hard. I'm telling you, yeah, you don't have to ask me again, man. The questions are gonna be the same. Yes, I don't. Well, I don't believe that exists. I think these people are working hard for their careers. If
people
what you
gonna
mean by corruption? So what you keep
asking you
saying?
because I just hope you believe, I'm just hoping that you'll just come to your senses and
No,
and
no. I
speak the
like to
truth.
believe that these people are working hard for their careers, man. Yeah. But if you mean something else by corruption, then I don't know. Like, if that's what you mean, like players selling out, saying I'm not gonna try. Hey, we got to lose this game, or coaches saying like, hey, we gonna just blow this season. Then if
I,
that's what you mean by
you
corruption,
and
I
I,
do not.
if we had somebody, if we had the time, we could Google or research
Oh man, you can find
billions.
anything. I tell you, I just found a video about the whole breakdown of the Super Bowl that didn't make sense. It's
Yeah.
obvious stuff that happens in the game, but they swear it's something else. Man. It's the
Mm.
power of perspective,
Isn't
which
it
leads me to my next thing, man. Next thing that
Tom
I
Brady?
want.
That's you don't think that had anything to do? You don't think that was corrupt? With that,
What about
Deflation
Tom
of the
Brady?
ball.
you don't think that was you don't think that that example that's an example of a player of impacting the outcome of a game?
Uh,
When the
that
ball was
definitely
when the ball was
that
deflated.
definitely is an example of a player or whoever did it impacting the game. Yeah.
You don't think
Now if you ask me if that's
when boxers put put like substances on the tape of their gloves and rub and then rub it in the eyes of their opponent, you don't think that has anything to do with the
yes,
outcome of
yeah,
that?
yeah, and I don't doubt that that exists. I'm sure it does. Yeah. Now, what do you call that, or what do I call that? I call that cheating.
Yeah. I
Cheating is
I call that
is
cheating.
corruption.
No, I
It's a
don't
form.
think
It's a
that's
form of
and
corruption.
that's not grand scale corruption. That's a player cheating. That's not grand scale. Like,
Bruh.
hey, we're gonna hey, look, check this out. If they wrote it up in the script that hey, the Patriots will win this way, da 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 da, they don't gotta deflate the balls. Everybody know the play. If you ask some of my homies, it's the all worked out. They don't. The plays already wrote out. The refs already know to let you get this call. Da 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 da. You don't need to deflate the balls. That's cheating versus corruption. I definitely think cheating exists. Boom. So
Man,
that's
let's move
different.
on, man. Let's move on.
Gotcha. So, like I said, that's power of perspective. Like I said, which can go me to my next one, man, because you made a few points in your thing, man. The whole thing about you say these people are billionaires. You say that these are billion-dollar entities, these leagues and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
These are billion-dollar leagues and even franchises. So that's easy for us to say. Like, that's interesting that you say that no player. Now, I don't know how I feel about when you say yeah, Steph Curry deserves it, but no other player. Like
I was
that's
kidding, bro.
interesting. Okay, gotcha. So, power perspective. I'll go back to that. So, it's interesting that you say like, yeah, these are billion-dollar entities and stuff like that. So of course there's cheating going on, right? But then you can say that these players that are have to play 82 games, have to not see their children for these long seasons, have to catch all these. Man, I just went to the gym the other day, like 2 weeks ago. I'm still cramping back. I haven't worked out in a long time, and I'm still feeling it from those push-ups you do, Jalen. Um, but man, how can you say that? That's easy for you to say, but if you had to do all of that for your, to live and stuff like that, knowing that the franchises and these entities like the NBA, NFL, MLB make billions and trillions of dollars, would you still say that? Would you say that? You know that these people are making that much. You still don't think you worth a hundred mil? You gotta travel all around the world. You gotta get cramps and do the interviews. People all in your face. This every day. You gotta live up to standard. Da 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 da. Knowing that they make billions and trillions off of your work. I just don't think if you did, you'll be saying that they don't deserve 100 million. Like of that billion, however you worded it, 700 million. Like however that, if you know they make that much, I think you would think you deserve. That's only a
No,
little cut. That's easy for us to say sitting here,
no, it's not easy for me to say, and you, it's not easy for me to say. It's just that's just my position, right? And my position and my perspective is informed by my experience. So it's not just the experience of somebody who watches, who can appreciate. It's not just it has nothing or very little to do with minimizing the greatness or uh the talent, the superior talent that has been developed or cultivated over the course of an individual's life. Who am I to say? Okay, if a society, if a thing deems a thing worth something, is like, if a person pays, are willing to pay for an X amount for a thing, it doesn't mean then that's the value. That we're placing a value on the thing. It doesn't mean that it's worth that. If I say that it's if I buy a knockoff pair of Nikes, and they're the same, they came from the same manufacturer, but the swoosh is upside down, then but the other pair, the swoosh is upside, is the right side up. So this pair over here is 500, or let's say $1,000 for the Nike swoosh that's placed upright, but this other pair I can barely get $25. Does it the value is dependent on who is purchasing it. The worth of the thing, is the worth of the thing different? When you is that's a matter. It's not a matter of perception. That's a matter of like that's marketing, that's branding. So that's positioning. We're positioning products, and these athletes are products, and they're put on pedestals. So they're put on pedestals. So you have somebody that, when I say that it's not worth it, because why should one man be worth $100 million, and another man, that plays basketball, and another man that has raised. I saw an article the other day where there was a man who, I forgot who the player was, but pretty much one of the coaches for one of the NBA players. I don't know if it was LeBron or Steph. I don't know, but this man probably struggling. He struggled probably all his life to feed his family. Working as a janitor and probably making $15, $20, or, probably making 30, 20, barely making $30,000 a year. So it's just not this. What makes this
Oh
one
man.
person worth this? Because he plays the game. Somebody deemed that. to be so much more important than this person or the, so you
Yeah, what you
and
think?
so it's, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like, okay, you have somebody who is exceptional at what they do, but then you have people who are over here that are exceptional at what they do. There's the disparity. There's something wrong with the
Are you talking
disparity.
about the gender? You talking about the gender?
I'm talking about just in general. So I'm saying we live in a society that puts these puts these we put these people on pedestals. We again, like when I was mentioning the savior complex of someone like a LeBron James, we put this man on this high pedestal. We put him way up here, and we idolize this person. Meanwhile, you got colleges and universities and communities that are struggling just to survive, and you okay, I'm going deep down the barrel, but you got this small select group of people, black folks that are uber wealthy. So and then you have, for instance, a college in Alabama who's struggling to stay open, struggling to stay, and you have a man who's, you telling me that his salary or his contract should be more than what would keep a university open, a black university open, and then to go, that his salary could support 5 universities.
The money is out here. And they
But
just
they
got.
don't do it. Okay, but that leads me to my next point. But they're not
I think
doing it.
he's talking a whole lot of unrelated things.
No,
I,
these things
I,
are
I,
all
I,
related.
I don't think they're related, and I'm
No,
not.
they are related because he had to
Start
come
talking
through
about
these
one
systems.
thing, and
It's all related. Y'all see, y'all come from a generation. You try to compartmentalize, let everything, you separate a lot of things. But how LeBron had to go through school, he
That's
did he
like saying Michael Jackson shouldn't have got the money he got because people in Africa can't eat. That's pretty
he
much
might
what you're saying.
I'm
feel
saying
that.
that there's a
He feel
disparity, but Michael Jackson, that's a whole other conversation because Michael Jackson did a
Both
lot of.
entertainers, both entertainers.
But I'm talking about, I'm not going to allow you to like switch the narrative. We're talking about,
That's what you've done.
I'm not shitting on a
Yeah,
LeBron.
you definitely. I'm not gonna lie. How's he switching the narrative? He's talking about another player. He's talking about the disparities in the wealth gap.
And I'm not,
That's what
even
he
if
brought up. That
so,
wasn't the conversation.
nobody
That's
should
what he
pay. You
and
okay? If you're gonna,
he brought up with something related. How is that switching the narrative?
okay, it's still,
Why?
it's absurd.
What is it about Michael Jackson?
Even if you're gonna bring up somebody like a Michael Jackson, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson is Michael
Oprah.
Jackson. I don't think, do you have people, entertainers that will charge $5,000 for, or $10,000 for a ticket to their show?
Yes,
It's
yes.
absurd.
Don't say
You're still, it's still, so whether it's Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Taylor
Mhm.
Swift, it's still okay. Just because you can demand that, and people are willing to pay it, doesn't make it like sensible. We are the consumers, so we are the ones that are putting these people on these pedestals. And when I'm talking about a LeBron James or somebody who has a power to, like, to demand that kind of money. I'm not really shitting on LeBron because I'm not. If you can get it, get it. I'm not going to knock your hustle. I'm talking about who are we as a society to like green like that and continue to green like that. Listen, I'm not firing or pointing at the individual. I'm saying there's a problem from a societal perspective
Well,
when you
you
have
can't.
people.
You
Huh?
can't. I don't think you are pointing at him, but you can't point it at him. The only person you can point at is that $7,000 billion business. Because if I was throwing a concert and you were the artist that I put on the show, and I made and I made $7 million, and I said, you know what, people struggling out here. I can go put this money so many places. So I'm gonna just give you 10,000. But if this show was on your back, if this show was on your back, this show you brought in tickets, you got all of these people here to pay this money. You deserve a pretty nice chunk of it. And so I don't think that I don't really know if it's not just his name that's made him a pedestal. I mean, he had to work very hard to be LeBron James, which is why.
Pop out like, hey, LeBron James, you
Yeah,
gonna
like
big
he had
part
to. It's only one LeBron. It's only one
respect.
LeBron. So
You gonna get
that's
special
why.
free.
That's what that's. I mean, and it's only one Michael Jackson. It's only one Prince. It's
First of
only
all, you can't compare LeBron James and Michael Jackson. So
they're
stop.
both entertainers.
No, they're not. One is an athlete. One is an entertainer, a global, international entertainer. Of course, LeBron James is known internationally.
What
Don't
do
try to
people
compare the
people
two.
people
Don't
go?
compare
People
the two.
spend money and buy tickets to see both of them.
Yeah, but they're
Damn,
not the
damn.
same. So let's not do that. They're not the same people.
I
But,
didn't
but
say that.
they're
I
not,
didn't
they
say
don't,
that.
you
But the
can't.
concept is the same. The
They're
concept
not
is
the
the same.
No, it's not. You know why it's not the same? Because even if you and I have spent money that we didn't have, to take care of things that to take care of things and take care of people that didn't have it. Do you think now when I say that? So again, I'm not shitting on an individual for getting his paper, but I'm talking about how we have a tendency, especially black people within our culture, and we talked about this on one of the previous shows, how we have a tendency to make things relevant that are irrelevant, or maybe not irrelevant, but not necessarily as significant or as impactful. And there was a time when there were athletes who are far more connected to the culture, far more connected to what was happening within our communities, far more willing to put their necks out there, and you don't have that. This is why. So these people who there's the scripture that you even quoted on a recent show, to whom much is given, much is required. So these people are not reciprocating. We talked about simping earlier. So you get
You
you
don't know that. You don't know that.
no, I do know that.
No, you
No, I do
don't.
Also,
know that. You tell me
also,
I don't know.
also
I know what he. I can. We can all do a quick research.
don't tell me what he don't know, but let him finish. I do got something to say after this. Cause
Y'all are taking this as a
I see the
personal
disconnect.
assault.
I see
Are
the
we
disconnect.
good?
So go ahead and finish. Hey, Jane, yeah, let him finish. I see the disconnect. I'm gonna let you finish it,
No,
but I
go
do like.
ahead. No, I
Oh, you
yield
want me to
my time.
finish? All right, bet. Boom. All right, you done? You done? Or you want me to go speak now?
Go
You want me
ahead,
to speak?
Ray.
All right,
Yeah.
No,
bet.
I'm ready,
I
bro.
ain't, I ain't speaking no more. I ain't asking no more. All right, bet. Here go the disconnect. Here go the disconnect. You're first off, like I said earlier, like I mentioned earlier, you're definitely like they're definitely not related. Bro. It seems like maybe the whole people not being there for the this whole reciprocation thing is definitely a separate topic than like do these people like deserve the money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It seems like the reciprocation part is heavy on your heart, man. That's a separate conversation, right? Because we started with this thing with starting about do they deserve this money? I was hoping that you could see that the answer to that question is yes, because as you pointed out the people that they work for or their product that they do makes billions and trillions and all this money. So they do deserve a little bit of that, which is that 100 million that you're talking about, that all these contracts that you're talking about. So boom, the answer to that question I think is yes, because it's because the people that they work for, the environment. I'll tell you this. This is another thing I could help maybe bring some perspective to it. You said it's just a game, or just why does he, or just a janitor, like a janitor makes this, da da da. He work hard every day, da 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 da. It's about market, bro. Like I appreciate everyone. That same game that me and John play in the front of his house or at the church, you know what I mean? People play that overseas. They hustling just as it's some people hustling maybe probably harder than some NBA players that's working overseas, or it's people better than people that's working that are not as known markets or in markets that don't make as much as NBA players. They're playing the same game. They can have the same amount of quarters, you know what I'm saying, the same rules as the NBA, but their market doesn't allow them to make that much money. Does that make their game any less valuable? Because we kept confusing or we kept speaking about value and work. I think those are two different things. Now he to his his value is what you I think you work what somebody pay you. If I pay you whatever for them to, fake Jordans, then they worth it. Like I could charge for it because you want them and you gonna buy it, so they worth it. Boom. If somebody's on a team, they playing the same game, he working just as hard as I don't want to say LeBron James, but he's a hard worker. But let's say he working just hard as an NBA player, man. His skills can get him on an NBA team, man. He's doing the same game. I can't say that he's value. He ain't his game ain't as valuable or whatever. But I can say that he ain't worth it to like that team, so he don't make that. You know what I mean? I can't say he is less valuable just because he don't make it. They playing the same game, same way that janitor, right? We talked about the janitor. It's a market. You could be a janitor at a high school, man. That market, that high school ain't making too much from you cleaning the bathroom, my boy. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. You know, you're doing a great job. You could be the best janitor in the county. Praise to you, bro. But it's only so much. You feel me? You could be the best janitor. I'm not saying that you're valueless, but this person that clean the jets or clean the private jets, or that somebody's private butler, as they mentioned, LeBron's maid, let's say, they make a good grip. They might be, they might make six figures. They can do all the stuff you know how to do. They know how to keep it tight. They know how to refill this water when it needs to be. They know how to keep that in order. They know all the stuff about personal care and hygiene and all the, maintenance, house maintenance that you do. But your market does not allow you to make that much. That's just what it is, bro. People can do the job and not be in the market to make as much as you do, as much as they do. So I thought it was a little easy to see that, bro, yes, they do. These NBA players do deserve these millions of dollars. The whole thing about what they can do about giving back, that's a separate thing. You know what I'm saying? That just because you disagree with what they do with their money doesn't mean that they don't deserve the money. You know what I mean? Like they deserve it because people are making a lot of money off of what they do. You know what I mean? So maybe can
Jersey
you really
sales,
you think
PK.
those are two separate things? Like you feel like they can do more with their money, or you feel a way about what people with money do with it. But can we agree that maybe they do deserve it? Like, I can't let you, how you do them like that, bro? Why they don't deserve it, bro? Like, ain't that separate? Can you see what I'm saying a little bit, man?
I see
Like,
what you're
maybe,
saying. It's just flawed.
okay, you just, hold on, what I'm saying is flawed, or like, what I'm talking about is flawed? Like, am I speaking wrong? Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, that's not how you feel, but like,
I mean, it's just when I say that it's flawed, I'm saying that's your perception of the thing, just like mine is my perception of the thing. So when you say that there's no connect, when you say that if a person is willing to pay for a thing, then it's worth it. That's, I adamantly disagree with that. Just because you can, if I can sell garbage to a person, and just because they're willing to pay for it, if I can, they say a sucker's born every minute. So if I'm willing to take advantage of a person because they're down on their luck. If I'm willing, if I'm willing to charge a person who can't afford something, it's like can't afford the thing, the same price that I'm gonna pay somebody that's got bread, and say that those things are the same. That I like. There's such a thing as a sliding scale. So that when people come to see me, so there's people who can't afford to pay what I charge everybody else. So I determine whether or not I'm going to let that person come see me, irrespective of what my hardcore price is. I get a chance to determine that. Just like these big major corporations could do the same thing. Prices continue to escalate. I don't know if you've been in Dodgers game. I don't know if you've been in any sports game lately. It cost you $300, $400, $500 to go just on the low end, just to get into the game. So and when you say so, and if and just this is just my personal take on it. Somebody said that uh, rewards are in direct proportion to the skills and services that you provide. So with that in mind, I cannot, cannot refute or argue what these people are, this $100 million contract. I'm basically speaking from a wider view, like a bird's eye a vantage point. When I say that, if this agency or league, or if this sports entity is worth $7 billion, and you're going to give me 100 million, I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm $7 billion. So okay, you're saying, yeah, they should get money. Yeah,
one of
they
the
should
people
get
that
money. Yeah, they
built
should
it, man.
get
One of the
paid.
people that's the main face, he only getting 100 million.
But I'm saying he's far more worth. In consideration of that, his values, he should be getting paid even more so. But I'm talking about so that leads me to that's another conversation because it's another form of sharecropping. We taking these people and we're using them basically to make more money for us. That's a whole nother conversation. But when you say that these things aren't connected, I think it's all connected, because these people have to come through. We have to take these kids, develop them, nurture them, bring them through these systems. bring them through these systems, help them making sure that they make good decisions financially afterwards. So they have to have some kind of fiscal intelligence. They can't just go out here and play ball. So you can't just go out and play ball. You got to know some stuff. Why do most ball players end up broke at the end of their contracts or before they die? So I mean, there's something to be said about that. So then, because if they're not educated, so we sitting over here. I mean, we're on the sidelines talking about it, but I think that there's something to be said about these big white organizations that, and with LeBron James, of course, is he's 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 an isolated individual. His talent is incredible. He's a, what do you call him? I forgot, there's a term for him. He's just not atypical. So you can't really compare him to the rest of the league. But when I mentioned that earlier, and I'm gonna say this last thing, I was just using that as an example of how you've got, when you say that you got all this money that's flowing and funneling into these associations, and that, but yet, and I only mention that because that was one of the things that I want to talk about: the black wealth disparity, this big disparity in wealth, and these HBCUs that are struggling. So, and I was just using that as an opportunity to show an example of how we make things so much more relevant than they should be. So that's and it just happened to be sports today.
I feel you. And I don't wanna, it's not too deep, I'm gonna let Jam talk, but I did misspeak a little bit. If I said worth, like the whole thing, like it's worth it, somebody paid, I didn't mean it. I meant value. Like, and I think that's a little bit subjective, you know what I mean? Because like, say a man who's walking with no shoes, even walking for 10 miles, man, he in a deserted island or something. He needs shoes. He walks across somebody with a bottle of water. But you know how they say, you ever seen a meme or whatever, like, hey, it's a bottle, you can get 24 or like 24 bottles of water at Kroger for like $6. You know what I mean? You can get a bottle of water at Quick Trip for maybe like $2 or $3. You get a water at the hotel room for maybe like $6. You get a bottle of water on an airplane or something like that, or a private jet, it's like $10. You know what I mean? Like, depending on its value, maybe I should say, is subjective. You know what I mean? Value is subjective. And so since the NBA can, you know, make all this money, since they make billions and trillions or whatever, his LeBron James value to them is much more. So they could pay him much more depending on his value to that team. Same way somebody that plays basketball or somewhere else, they're not as valuable to that organization or that franchise or that league or whatever as some people, like, even though they're doing the same thing. So I think value is a little bit of subjective, but you can't, I guess worth is too, you know what I mean? But it's a little subjective.
Well, I mean, it's clear. This is evident. The definition of worth and value is different. It's two different things. But on the show, we try to talk about. I think it's important for us to talk about things, or to pit things like to pit these things that people are talking about or people experiencing or engaged in, like to do our very best to compare, contrast, check, check the some of these narratives or these um, to question and to even what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, to challenge these algorithms, these things that's thrown at us consistently over and over and over, and things that that we deem as important. We deem as important only because it's kind of fed to us and we're conditioned. So again, we talked about sports betting. We talked about LeBron. I mean, I really wasn't trying to talk about LeBron and them being fourth or fifth in the league right now. I really wasn't trying to go there. But I'm
Yes,
saying,
he was.
$100 million dude, in fourth place. How much is
Uh,
Luke? How much is Luca worth now? Is another how,
hey,
between the two of them? How much
that's an
money?
interesting transition, man. I'm glad you brought that up almost. What do you say about Luca?
How much money between the two of them are they like getting paid, like contractually? Like what was Luca's contract?
More than my neighborhood, man. More than everybody in my neighborhood.
Ah
Everyone
man.
combined, you know.
And this and I'm gonna let it go because I know y'all real tight about them Lakers and stuff like that. So, but
So,
shout out to Jimmy Butler and the Warriors.
It's
You
just
know,
300 million. That's all.
oh my God.
It's just 300 million for Luca for
$300 million over. That's what kind of contract? How many years?
um. Let me see.
And y'all really we have
Damn,
been
my
seduced.
that boy making 43 million a year. Oh my
We've been seduced into believing that that's okay. Not okay. It's not okay. I don't care just because it's a thing.
But
It's huh?
but how much are the Lakers as an organization a year? That's
That's
what
not okay
justifies
either.
that's what
But
justifies it.
no, and
It's
two things. But is it okay? But who is getting
not
who's
just
who's
niggas,
pumping
not
these
just niggas. Niggas can't even
Jordan?
afford to go. So
This
so we talking about
Mexicans and niggas.
so
But I'm
we talking about market. I'm when we go to that when a nigga like me go to that hotel,
Caucasian basketball
when a
game.
nigga like me going to that hotel, I'm not opening that refrigerator because
well, the
I'm not
majority
getting.
of the Lakers fans are
Oh
and
yeah.
it's black and white people, but I didn't go to one Lakers game because I just wouldn't spend all that money to go to no Lakers game. I
Right.
think
Okay. Okay. So should a bottle of water? Okay, that's what I'm saying. If I go, you ain't go to no Lakers game while you was in LA. When I'm at a hotel, I'm not going to that refrigerator because I'm not paying $8 for no water. But do that mean that it shouldn't cost that much in there?
absolutely
Yeah.
not. It's not okay.
Well, hey,
But
we just gotta accept the fact. My mama told me it's some. I've been accepted the fact that I ain't gonna be okay with everything. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it just you gotta accept that ain't gonna. Some stuff just won't be okay, man.
of
It's
course
just,
you're right. But if I go into that hotel and they're selling $8 bottle of eight a
I don't
bottle
think
of
it's
water
right
for
either. I don't
$8,
think it's right to steal a bottle of water. See what I'm
what?
drinking? I said I don't think it's right either. It's still the same water, man. You know what I mean? It's still a bottle of water.
So
You
that's
know?
my only point. I'm not saying that, of course, there's many things that I'm not going to agree with, that I'm not going to accept, and I'll pivot. But I'm saying, but we still should be able to accept when certain things should not happen, and I was really just brought that up to add context to what I wanted to talk about. I wasn't coming
Let's get
for
there.
I
Let's
really
get there.
wasn't coming for
I
one of
want
the
to see you bridge. I want to see
We
you
got
bridge that, and
almost
I think we've
30.
all. I really love this because we're all really firm in just our standpoints, and I think none of us is ignorant to where we just out here talking talking out our necks. So some of our viewers may subscribe to your perspective, and some may subscribe to Aaron's perspective. So I mean that's what this show is about, and that's why I brought you on. And we were supposed to talk about this whole Laker LeBron thing, but it makes me happy because like I think with the intellect that we have here, I think we can go a little bit deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? They talk about this LeBron foolishness and Lakers stuff on TNT and ESPN all day. I think we're getting into the nitty gritty of, what I'm saying? Like I said, we're on the sidelines, but what I'm saying? I think we're talking about stuff that people really don't talk about. So I'm happy about that. I want to open the floor to let you continue to bridge the gap of where you was going, Dr. Doug.
Um, well, I think I stressed what I was attempting to convey. I think that is. I just thought about when you were just talking. I was thinking about how they said that the NBA All Star Game was the least watched NBA game in the I guess the second least watched NBA game in the history of I guess the NBA All Star Games.
Mm-hmm.
And because we know we everybody on here knows why or who they pointed the finger at. So and if you're watching this and you don't know, they blamed it on LeBron James, who never showed up, never played in one of these NBA All Star games. And I think was Jalen said the other day, so that I'm not a real fan, and he challenges me, oftentimes because I don't know a lot of specifics or I don't know the names of this person or I don't know who the coach is.
Oh yeah, you gotta be. He think he. Yeah, he. I ain't even gonna go there, but yeah, I could definitely see him saying
Yeah,
that.
and
In order to make any,
Cause don't come talking to me about no sports, bro. I don't know this. Don't come
you
talking
gotta
to me
be
about no sports.
analyst.
I really know. I really watch this stuff, bro.
And he does not. He does not. He don't do no more research than you and I, man.
Bro, I don't
I
have to do
swear.
research because I watch it.
You and
I ain't watch
like,
it.
I
Y'all
swear,
don't watch the
man, that's
games.
a funny one. That's a funny one, but
Y'all
okay,
don't watch
I
so
the
we agree
games.
on this. We agree
know,
on
I
this.
know.
Y'all both delusional. Both.
Yeah, he swear he think he like a little Stephen A. over there, and
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody,
that's what it is.
Yes,
everybody
I
else just,
am.
everybody
I
else just,
am, bro. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
everybody
Like,
else just chatting about sports, and he really knows.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, how is that?
I mean, hey, I let him have that one, man. Like
How is that
he
far
ready,
off?
he riled up right now, man.
You can have the floor,
How
man.
is
Help
that
me
far off?
understand this. Help me understand the mindset, you know,
Because y'all
of
y'all don't
one.
even know the basics of what be going on. Y'all just be talking about teams that y'all like.
This man said he the wreck LeBron James. How you gonna sit on this man?
Yes, I definitely know. Like, I just turned off a sports podcast. In here, he'll watch a podcast or something in the morning. In the morning, watch ESPN while he working out, getting swollen and all that. And then now he's like some expert. You know?
He like he talk to you like he
He
talk to
think
you
he got
all
like
like
three.
dismissively and shit. Like
Right, right,
Y'all
right.
don't really know what y'all be
Bro,
talking about, bro.
I just heard the same take on the podcast, bro. You don't try to come in here trying to educate. Like, come on, bro. Man, now that was a good one,
Bruh,
Doug. I ain't gonna lie, man.
both of y'all know I have the
That's one
craziest
time
takes in
we've
the world.
been it's been an interesting convo, but that's one, man. I definitely feel you on that one.
Hey, that's my last
Here
take.
on that one. Yeah, we
Look
here
at
on that
look
one.
at these guys. Look at it.
For
Look at the smiles on their
Hey, you know
faces.
what?
Look at the
sports,
smiles on their
sports
face.
aficionado, man.
Hey, we bumped heads, but we came to terms on what
Hey,
mattered
man, he's
most.
a sports aficionado, man. If you ask him.
1000%,
I
man.
prove y'all right every time. I do know more about basketball than both of y'all. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Hey, Jalen,
Like,
uh,
okay, whatever you,
we're gonna
hey, you
call him
got it.
Jalen A. Smith.
It's a
Here,
fact. I
man.
know more about basketball than both of y'all. It's a fact.
What, Jalen? You can't take that to the bank. You can't take that
It's a
to
fact.
the grave. What?
You see how usually I don't value that. Like, I
Right,
don't
it has
value
no value.
that. Yeah, you can have that, bro. It's a lot, but see, that's my point though. It's a lot. It's a lot. It means a lot to him. So
Yeah.
we'll get
I
that
just
to
know
him.
more
Like,
about the
so it's worth
sport.
that to him.
So
It ain't
when
worth
y'all
it to
come,
like sit here and keep talking about it. I'm gonna give it to him because I
yes,
don't value it. It ain't,
yes,
but it's worth it to him, and he
That's right.
values it. So
That's how he
you got
places
it, bro.
he places this
so don't come try to
excessive
don't think
value
Yeah,
y'all
on his.
right. So
look,
like how
Hey, the
me,
mic cut him off.
I wouldn't be able to talk to Stephen A. Smith about. I wouldn't be able to debate with Stephen A. Smith because he in a different league with this. Y'all not in the same league as me, bro. Y'all ain't in the same league as me when it comes to this sports debating, bro. When it comes about these sports. So let's talk about something else that we both care about. Cause y'all fake care about sports, man. That's my point.
Fake care.
Y'all
appreciate
fake
it.
care. And I don't really like arguing with people that fake care, bro. That's what grinds my gears. You be asking why
Know
I'm
what he's
so
doing
upset.
right now? He's trying
Grinds
to
my
think of the
gears when people
last
fake care.
podcast he watched to think of a subject. We've been
Bro, I
let him
don't have
have
to
it.
do that. I don't
And
have to
he's
do that. I
talking
watch
about
the games. I
it. We've
watch the
been let
game.
him have it.
Bro, I
We'll
watch the
talk
game.
about something, bro. We let you have it, bro. Like,
Because
it's what's going
because
on.
you're real subtle with it, saying, "Oh, you watch a
Especially
podcast,
after
you get
that,
the takes."
just
I
be
watch the
quiet.
games. Make sure you
No,
say that.
you
Make
know
sure you
what?
say, "Oh, Jam watch the games. He
You
watched
know it's like
basketball."
humorous about this and sad at the same time. Is he's serious? This
I
is who he
am,
is.
and y'all
It's like
serious too. That's what's
it's
sad
like a
about it.
tragic. It's like a comedy horror like mixed. Like you cannot be this guy, but
It's
ladies
funny
and
to
gentlemen,
y'all
he is
because
this
y'all.
guy.
That's why it's funny to y'all because y'all really don't. Y'all not really in it. Y'all not in it for real, bro. And that's okay. That's what I'm saying. If you don't care about the NBA like that, if you don't care about basketball like that, that's cool. Just don't come to me about it. That's like if I was in a fraternity. That's like if I was in a fraternity, right? And then I told you it's the same thing. So he got super mad at me, right? He blew up. My dad blew up about it when I asked him a little bit about the politics before when it was Kamala versus Trump. I was
Tell the whole truth.
let
It
me
wasn't
finish.
just me, it was me and your mama.
Right, but you the one that went off.
Okay, right. So if you're gonna tell a story, tell the whole story.
Hold on one second. I gotta let somebody in. Hold on. Y'all stay right there.
Now we are. All right, we transitioning. What's going
Yeah,
on?
man.
No. Stay.
I thought you said you had somewhere to go anyway.
Yeah, I did. I rearranged that. Y'all just listen. When I said that, I was asking about politics, bro, and I wasn't voting. I didn't care who won. Right? I really didn't care. I wasn't really. I didn't.
I wouldn't even
Listen,
be aged without telling you how disappointed I
bro,
am.
just listen. I wasn't really caring at that point.
Now this is unrelated. This is
No, it's not. I'm always gonna bring it home. But y'all not letting me finish my point.
You
So we'll
lame
never
for my
get
vote.
there.
you
Y'all gonna let
lame.
me
You say being lame. You'd be abusive. This is abusive.
You lame
Yeah,
for
let me
my
finish
vote.
my point, please.
You got it.
All right. So when I didn't really, not that I didn't really care who won, but I really just wasn't that invested into the political race. I wasn't following all. I didn't really know too much about it. So when I asked a question, he was just like, "Bro, I'm not finna talk to you about it when you said you wasn't even gonna vote. You not even into it like that. You ain't even da 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 da." And he felt some kind of way about that because I'm like an outsider looking in that really wasn't gonna make no difference. So if I'm talking to y'all, if y'all coming to me poking at me about some sports when y'all don't even really subscribe to it like that, that's how I'm feeling. Like, why am I finna argue with you when you just poking at me just to get a reaction? You don't even really know what's going on. You don't even know who your coach was or your favorite team before the coach right now. So why do you feel like you can talk to me about some Warriors? You're
That's
not
why
a
we're
real
not
Warriors fan.
arguing.
You're a Steph fan.
You can't compete, Jalen. That's why we're not arguing no more, man.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Now let's move on. I already know that. So I'm glad that we all know that. Now, now let's move on.
Hang that up and frame it, man.
Hey, Aaron, did I hear you say that you were disappointed? Did I hear you say?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I called him lame, bro. I don't know if the viewers heard
Oh,
that.
thank you for
Yeah, and I ain't gonna take it back. And I was gonna interject to say that. Yeah.
Thank
Wouldn't
you.
even be me without that. Yeah.
We feel that he's lame for what reason?
Not voting. Not
Lame
voting.
lame means not being yourself, trying to be somebody that you're not, and that's who I am. That's not lame.
First of all, listen, man. Let's move on?
You are a person that don't vote, then you are a lame. Hey,
that's subjective, bro. That's
bro. That's another conversation. I already said that and dropped it. Like, I ain't got no more to add to that. You want to talk about that?
I feel you, bro, but you can't just say that and feel like I'm not gonna
respond.
respond.
Go ahead. All right. I said you were lame and I voted. You can respond.
You know what's lame is when you out here talking shit about the fact there's saying out loud, I'm not voting, and at the same time talking about what has this person done rather than educating yourself. You got access to the same information. When I was telling you about Project 2025, he did it because I encouraged you or I challenged you. Or your mom encouraged you and challenged you. But
everybody had to be encouraged. Nobody woke up and decided. Nobody woke up and decided I'm going to vote.
I'm really disappointed in you as well.
Everybody had to be encouraged.
And you know what?
Hey, I don't know if I want to
for you.
Aaron works for the voters, like the whole thing. If that
was a shame that you have a best friend who is knowledgeable, aware.
I think I might have told him that, man. I think I might have told him that. He was on the phone a few times with me. Hey, he knows that I got the police called on me twice, man. Police shut up on me twice, man, for trying to encourage people to vote and stuff like that. Trying to inform them of their rights, you know what I mean? About voting and stuff like that, why it really matters and things like that. A lot of people had the similar mindset of him. Like, I went door to door, encouraging people to vote. I worked in Pittsburgh, took a flight up there and all, you know what I'm saying? Stayed in the hotel, going door to door to people that did not look like me, did not agree with, me being in their neighborhood and stuff like that. Trying to encourage them to vote. It doesn't matter. I weren't even, hopefully the job don't hear this, but I wasn't even too much encouraging them like who to vote for. Just practice your right to, vote. You know what I'm saying? Have input. I educated them on what was going on and stuff like that. We had some pamphlets to educate them on what was going on. And hey, you make your decision on what you want to stand for and make an impact for based on that. But that is your duty for, being here. You know what I'm saying? Just please vote. And we was on. He seen me get. I got the police called me twice, man, just for knocking on people's doors, bro. They pulled up on me and that's not always the safest situation for people that look like me. But I know, knowing that I did not stop. I kept on my shift, like working and going to doors and stuff, and trying to encourage people to vote, bro. And I got a friend who say it don't matter. Yeah, so that's lame. Yeah, if
Hey
you
man,
ask me.
my hats off. And your friend would probably also say that that has nothing to do with this conversation. It's totally, irrelevant and disconnected.
I wouldn't say that. I
But
wouldn't say
but
that.
hey man,
I wouldn't
I
say
got
that.
a
Oh,
healthy, even a
they
more.
pulled up on me ASAP too, man. It's
I
crazy
got
how fast they
I
came in that
got big
neighborhood.
healthy respect for you and more, man, for standing, 10 toes down on something that you're passionate about, something that you believe, man. So
Oh, always. Hey, I appreciate it, but yeah,
I
that's
definitely respect you for that, man. And,
that's
and,
me.
and
Yeah.
I'm not diminishing, your position over here, yo, man. You know, my young unwashed son. I'm just saying, hey, yo, this has been a great fodder. We had a great conversation, man. I don't know if we're gonna continue, but
Yeah,
if there's more to talk about, but we need to double back on some of these conversations. I'd like to hear more about what your thoughts are about what's happening in the I guess the geopolitical arena today. But again, that's another conversation that we
yeah.
could have.
All right, going on. I'm
It
not
ain't
gonna, I'm not even educated on everything that's on, but it is a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
I don't know
sad
about
situation, man.
but like worldwide politics is kind of funny. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's crazy, man.
You know,
Yeah.
today, like it's interesting.
And just real quick, I wanted to say this, and Jalen, and you can wrap it up shortly afterwards. You mentioned there's a lot going on in the world. While Haiti is under duress. Haiti was freed itself from slavery in 1804, but and yet and they've been struggling ever since to basically to survive. The Western hemisphere has done its very best to isolate this place, invade it whenever they could, just control, manipulate, using their power. So the West basically just shitting on the black part of this country, that I'm living in right now. So I live in the Dominican Republic, and Haiti is one half of it. The Dominican Republic is the other half of it. You would never. We probably don't even. Most of us living in the U.S. We don't even have a concept of that you can live on an island that that is so starkly contrasted in terms of the growth and the economy and on one side, and then on the other side is abject poverty, and just like ruins, and it's just crazy. The United States is deporting Haitians as we speak, and yet fast tracking these people from the Ukraine as we speak. So of course, there's been a lot of like hype and discussion centered around these the war going on between Russia and Ukraine, and Putin and Trump and Zelensky Zelensky. I don't know if y'all been tracking any of that, but Trump and Vance disrespecting the Zelensky, asking him why you are not wearing a suit, why are you not wearing a suit? Elon Musk,
Money and stuff.
all the nonsense that's going on. But Canada, tariffs going on. United States basically threatening Canada saying we're taking all the alcohol off the shelves. No more Jack Daniels in Canada. So sorry, to the Canadian. Justin Trudeau, the prime minister over there, just stepped down after basically saying to Trump, middle finger to Trump. It's a crazy, wild time. But I only wanted to mention that I mentioned Haiti because it's one of those it's one of those places that we know so very little bit about, and at the same, especially as Black people, but it's a place that we should know more about because of the rich culture and the rich history there. So there are organizations within the United States that are doing that's doing stuff in terms of raising awareness about what's going on over there. And when I say abject poverty, I'm talking about these people not having. They don't have food. They don't have food on there. They don't have anywhere to. You don't have food on the shelves. They don't know where their next meal is going to come from. So and they struggle. They sell over here in the Dominican Republic. You see these little boys walking around selling candy for a nickel or for a dime or a quarter, try to feed. You see these ladies out here selling avocados and pineapples and sugar cane, just to be, trying to survive. They trying to survive. On the other side of that line, people don't have. Many of them have zero opportunities. zero opportunities to feed their families, and many of those Haitians over there are over here working. Now, if these Haitians, if they go try to go back home, the people in Haiti, some of their own people will end up killing them. So they can't go. They're like they're disrespected. These Haitians are disrespected here, and they're disrespected, and they would be disrespected if they attempt to try to go home. So they're in this murky no man's land, and I'm just thinking. So I think that it's such a sad, tragic story. I just happen to be kind of close to it, and I wanted to do my little part to raise some awareness about it. So that that's all I really have.
Why will they get killed if they go home?
Because their own people will consider them traitors. So it's like when I mention corruption in sports, there's a whole nother it's a corruption that we can't even conceptualize. These people are over here. When I tell you these people over here, these Haitian people work, man. They cut grass with machetes. You saw that machete that I used to cut open that coconut today. These brothers be on the side of the road, man. Not with no lawnmowers, not with no weed eaters, with machetes. And that grass be cut, boy. This dude that comes right to in front of my house and lines my yard with a machete. Haitian brother. And they still some of the happiest people that you ever meet. So when I say things like, man, when I talk about disparities, I'm coming from that perspective. When I talk about like, man, is it really that serious? I'm really coming from that perspective when I talk about some things.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, well, there's a lot going on globally. Like a lot of disparities, a lot of places. I think that'll be a good things to bring up. And talk about. I definitely got to make time for bring more attention to it.
But think about this as we wrap it up. I got a little hot date I gotta prepare for. I gotta do some simping because it's the first date.
Ooh, okay, gotcha.
It's the first date. And I said I'll simp one time.
And we get some out of that, man. Interest that. Or whatever you're shooting for. I'm not sure what the goal is tonight. But hope you get there.
I got no expectations. If she treat me,
Gotcha.
if she show up and she show up who she was at the same person that she did when I saw her, I'll be satisfied with that. What happens next, I give it to God, give it to the universe.
All right.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So when I was talking about disparities, and have you been out of the country? Have you been to any Caribbean countries?
I think I've been to the Bahamas. That's it.
Okay.
But,
One day I want Jalen, to come here, and I want us to position ourselves that we can travel to some of these places and experience what it's like to be black in some of these other parts of the world. Experience what is not just experience it versus just having a perception of it. It's one thing to hear about people from a distance, but when you really connect to these people. Jalen has been to Africa, and he's had boots on the ground and has seen what it's like, to be immersed in the culture somewhere else. And I think that it's important for us as black folks to experience that, especially black Americans. We got a lot of shit that we can complain about. When I can sit back and say, yeah, it ain't worth, he ain't worth that. I can say that, and I really can't walk a mile in that man's shoes. But at the same time, my perspective is different because I see these people that will never have shoes, have decent shoes. They look at our shoes. They look at the shoes that I can afford and be like, know that I'm different. They know I'm from another place just based on my shoes. So when and you see these people that may never have a decent pair of shoes in life. So when I speak about some of these things, of course I may come from a I come from a I guess I'm coming from a different angle because I'm feeling what it's like to be to be in a position where I can sense what it's like to not have and not have roofs on our shoulders and on our ceiling. So that's what I want for us to experience more of, and and that will enable us to have a broader perspective, when and with respect to what's going on in our world, and not just in our lives, but in our world. That's all I got, Jalen.
Respect, man. I think that's what makes us dope, and it's a lot of people here, in the United States who, you know, don't really can't imagine, like that type of plight, that they're dealing with. There's a lot to unpack there, and I would say just fine. And it's so much going on in the world. I guess my take would be like, cause you talk about these people that are millionaires, or even us that have more than what these people have. Like, just find you one cause, one or two causes, that you can attach yourself to that you care about. Um, but yeah, man, we gonna push a little, like I
Hey,
said, towards the end of this. I like to always, huh?
my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I like to always end the show on this question, like, what got you through the day? But we kind of got our day isn't finished. We usually get on like late at night. So my question to the two of y'all is, what got you through this week? And Aaron, so that could be, something very simple. It could be spiritual. It could be, it could be a song. It could be, I think one day I said just the weather. So um, I'll let you touch on that.
Let who touch on
Aaron,
it? Yeah. Okay.
just what got you through this week?
Gotcha. Hey man, this week, God did that, man. As you both know, man. God just got me through the week, man. Um, uh, maybe just faith, that having faith that things we can make our finish the week strong, believing in God, that He'll direct my path and everything will be good. Just faith in knowing that God will do it, and He did it. So,
Fire, fire. What about you, Dr. Doug? What got you through this week?
No, honestly, man, I got nothing to add. My sentiments coincide with Aaron's. I'm on that same thing. I'm satisfied with leaving it with what the brother said, unless you're gonna force me you know, to contribute to that. I'm
I
interested
think
in.
I think you
Hmm?
who interested in what?
I've said a lot. I've said a lot of things. So I mean, I'd like to know what
Oh.
is it that got you. What?
Well, I mean, I like to jump on the bandwagon as well. I would like to say the same. I don't think nothing is bigger than
cool,
that.
man. We
And I would say just specifically, you said what? Oh, look at these guys. But
it's just
nah, what I'm saying specifically is that
lagging.
we good. Yeah, got me.
It's lagging a bit, but you probably I don't know when you'll hear this, but I was laughing because I said we full because you said you're gonna jump on the bandwagon. I'm like everybody can't steal my outro, bro. But I think you heard it
Oh.
first. So we bandwagon is
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
That's the great thing about God.
Let me just take my 10 seconds. My family was here. My family visited here from DC. And a couple of their friends. I had like five of my two of my cousins and two of their friends. They came down, flew into Santo Domingo. I think last Wednesday, Thursday. They left yesterday, and man, we had a really good time. Hung out. They played golf. A couple of them played golf almost every day. We got into some grown folks shenanigans, maybe once or twice. Stepped out on the city, went to got some really great food. Food is amazing here. Uh, Cultured vibe is really vibrant. So just getting out amongst the people and hanging out in the capital of Santo Domingo, just feeling the essence of the folks. I kind of live in a exclusive, isolated part of the island called La Romana, and it's in the middle of Santo Domingo and Punta Cana, and so I don't really get out that often, but I was out in the calles, in the streets, um, poco and poco tiempo, and had a good time. So family is what really kind of bridged the gap for me this week.
Fire, fire. I had a lot of support this week, and I think so. It's safe to say that God did that because I think God strategically puts people in your life, and you never know like when you going. Sometimes you really don't need them. You just cool with just having just having somebody call or, um, but yeah, God definitely did that. So um, I'm just happy that I got people I can call on. Glad that I think I talked to y'all a few times throughout the week. Got some good laughs in, and those little things definitely they go a long way. So definitely big up to Aaron, man. Thanks a lot for joining today, brother. I think we got to have you on another day too. I think you're a natural, bro. And this is truly who he is. I don't think he was acting at all. So appreciate that.
Shout out to that boy. That boy, he's a bona fide party pooper. I give it to him.
Hey, thank y'all for
He
having
is,
me.
bro.
Thank y'all for having me. Pleasure's mine for sure, man. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Anytime
anytime. Love
again.
to have you back, man. Love to have you back, man. At
Yeah.
first, I was a little I don't know. I had some feelings about stuff when you mentioned that you were a wreck, LeBron James, whatever you said about the LeBron James wreck. But
Hey, man.
got to tip my hat. Tip
Don't
my hat.
let your hate for LeBron, man, transfer to me, man.
I don't hate
Like I
LeBron,
said,
man. Let the
just
record let the
just
record show.
on as far as on the court play, man. Just
It's apparent that he hates
We
LeBron,
don't
right?
have any
yeah,
hatred.
yeah. I'm just
Uh,
asking, not to
James,
hate. I don't make nowhere near that type of money, man. I'm just that I got that type of talent on the court, man.
hey
That's it.
man, I'm not gonna let y'all just muddy my name and how throw all these slurs on my name. I don't hate LeBron James. I don't hate no man. I love
Hating
LeBron.
who?
I said I don't hate no man.
Got
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro.
Anyway, where we at? All right, where we at?
I think that's pretty much it, man. Y'all, everybody hearts and minds clear. Y'all, any other parties
yeah, man.
y'all want to poop on?
Where can I
Yeah, good.
follow y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? Figure, watch the show when it drop and everything like that, man. Definitely want to tell everybody about it. You know?
Absolutely, man. Oh, so it's on Apple Podcast, Party Poopers Unhinged, and then it's on. Jalen drops it, I think, immediately on his
Get live right
YouTube,
now.
and yeah.
Yep.
So we got a couple of things before
Yep.
we get out of
We
here.
live.
Our Locked In Global nonprofit organization it's an initiative that targets marginalized youth, particularly young black men. Adolescents, is the target demographic, and it's our goal to provide um, mentorship, performance coaching, and to also wrap around any type of mental health services if that's deemed necessary or appropriate. So we've been doing some stuff in Nashville, Tennessee, with the public schools there, and we've had some success and had a good time hanging out at a couple of the schools there, and had an event last summer at Hadley Park. Um, we've got a couple of young men in Uganda, and some of their friends that we're in lockstep with, doing some stuff with them in terms of helping to provide them with standards of leadership, and just being there for them in ways that in ways that we can be, in whatever ways that we can be supportive to them. So those are a couple of things that we got going on. Of course, Jalen is a rising faith based artist. He's got his music out here popping. Um, God did that, streaming on all platforms. I guess I'll just go ahead and just big you up. God did that, and I think he got another single coming out pretty soon. Called, what
Yeah.
is it? Something. What's the name of it?
See my heart or
See my heart.
something. I'm still working on the
Forgive me.
title.
Forgive me.
Yeah, man. I actually just got a I don't know if y'all can y'all see? Probably not. Let me see. Can y'all read that or no?
No, I can't see it.
Can't read it.
Probably not. Okay.
Man.
I'll do better next time. But I just got a live review, man, of the song God Did That. They said powerful, bro. Soft and delicate song, but powerful.
Mm.
Definitely downloaded it. So you should too. Go add that to your playlist. And you got Doug Mitchell on there with the vocals, you know what I'm saying, going crazy. We got a lot in the bag. And hopefully, y'all don't even know that way Aaron can sing better than me.
I
So
think you told me about him
you know
a
what I'm
while
saying?
back.
We gotta get him. Yeah, I did, man. Y'all actually talked before. But
I thought we talked. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, take us out, man.
yeah. That boy Aaron can
Take
sing.
us out with old Negro spiritual, Aaron.
Nah, man, I can't do it, man. I don't know, man. It's, I'll probably sing with my old man. Not the solo can. I'm good, man. Thank y'all. What I right now? Ready to go right now. It's been a good one, man. I don't have anything
Oh,
special on deck, but I enjoy my time. Maybe next time I got to be a little more prepared. I'm looking at this rundown, man.
y'all go follow him on Instagram.
Singing was not on the
What is it? Photos of Aaron?
Yeah, it is photos of Aaron, man. It's AARON. You kept saying Aaron, man. I go. That's what my mama called me. I'm trying to go but a little cooler, man. Sound cooler, man. AG.
Y'all go follow
I got
him.
AG up here, but yeah, AG. That's me, man. Aaron.
Oh, AG. Okay.
Aaron.
Noted.
Yeah. That's what I go by, man.
Got you.
Age. Okay.
Aaron, AG is
Respect. AG, that's me.
photos of Aaron. Yeah. Hey, I enjoyed it, man.
Thank you. Y'all gonna wrap this thing up or what up, yeah, man?
I think we've chatted enough, man.
Yeah. You've had your time. You've had your soliloquy and had a chance to get some stuff off your chest. I'm good. I think AG is good.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me. I'm see y'all on the next one, man. Next time, man. Can't wait till it drops.